Astro, join me on stage. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce you to a new kind of household robot that integrates Alexa, advanced hardware, software, computer vision, and AI in a brand new way. With the periscope cam, I can also expand my field of view. Technically, building this periscope was incredibly hard, but it's so helpful if you're away from home and want to view things a little higher up, like checking to see if the stove was left on. When you combine the robot with Ring Protect Pro, you get so much more. Now, when you're away, you can use it to proactively patrol your home, investigate activity, and send you notifications when it detects something unusual. All the while, you have the option to save these videos to your Ring account. We learned early on in this program that customers don't just want Alexa on wheels. To that end, we've embodied it with a unique persona that is all its own. From adding eyes to the display to a whole host of sounds, the device really comes alive. Let me give you a quick example. Astro, beatbox. Astro is part of our Day One Editions program, which is designed to bring our most ambitious ideas to life. Astro will be available for an introductory price of $999.
Governor Greg Abbott will be making his way in late October to Cameron County. District 34 is getting a new shape. Should Republicans be worried about this? Cameron County will be in the works of building a event center. Is this what we really need in our local area? And a city employee resigns amid property controversy. It is Wednesday, September 29, 7:03 a.m. My name is Frankie Olivo, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. How's it going, Joe? Good morning. Thank you for stopping by. I need to convert you to YouTube, Joe. Much love. Thank you for being here. Peppermint Patty, how's it going? Good morning. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a good Wednesday. God bless. Good morning, Captain. How's it going? I like seeing you in YouTube. I like seeing the comments in red. Good morning. Morning, Ray. How's it going? Let me know if there's any upcoming meets in the very near future. Gig'em, nice to see you on, and have a happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for your time. It is supposed to rain for these next couple days. The city of Brownsville will be seeing a cool day today, mostly cloudy, 82 degrees. The high for today will be in the low 90s. Again, it is set to rain tomorrow all the way through Monday. Very high percent chance, 50%, all the way to next week. But again, I am hesitant and have been hesitant to talk about the rain. I made a fool out of myself with Nicholas. I'm embarrassed to talk about it. But hey, even Larry James got it wrong sometimes, right? Got you on YouTube. I like the Facebook better. Whatever works, my man. All that matters is that you're present, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here. What do you mean? This isn't sports talk? Good morning, Brownsville Times. Thank you for your time. I'm thinking about bringing back sports talk. It's been a while. I used to do it every Sunday. We reached out to student athletes. Fred Villarreal, who's in the minor leagues for the Seattle Mariners, has been with us. Denise Romero, an All-Valley soccer player for the Porter Cowgirls, has been on. It's been a while. I did little NFL drafts. I've been wanting to do a Relámpagos boxing fights, but I need to do sports talk. I need to get back into it. I right now I'm all over the place, but I always love sports and love to talk about sports. So I do need to bring this back. Thanks for reminding me. And good morning. Good morning, Virginia. Hey, someone's on YouTube. I know you did it last time because I said, hey, Virginia, if you can make the transition, and you did. You're like, hey, I'm here. I appreciate you. I love to see the comments in red. I love to see every comment. I really, really appreciate y'all's time. It means a lot to me. Again, for the 100th time, it's not normal for somebody to come on at 7 in the morning and expect an audience. But I'm very humbled and thankful that my community has given me this opportunity. Muchas gracias. There will be a job fair this Saturday for BISD. Different positions that we'll be hiring: teachers, special ed. We have heard previously special education teachers. We have heard previously how the district is in high demand for substitute teachers. They recently increased the rate for per day, even though it was only $10. We wish it would have been more. The good news is that BISD is hiring a number of jobs from maintenance, bus drivers, nurses, security officers, clerks, custodians, substitute custodians. There is a great need. A lot of people, are a little weary about COVID. Some are battling COVID. So if you know anybody that could use a job, there are plenty to seek. Again, Saturday. What time is it? On Saturday, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This Saturday, October the 2nd, on Palm Boulevard, the Central Administration Building, right next to Sam's Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure you spread the word. BISD is hiring lots of positions available. So let people know. Good morning, sir. Padilla, muy buenos días, señor. Gracias por su tiempo. Good morning, my man. Thank you for your service to our country. Thank you for your service to Cameron County, for keeping us safe. I really, really appreciate your time this morning, sir. I hope you have a great, great Wednesday. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good one. Thank you, Padilla. Starting off with local news. We heard these past couple days that Cameron County is in the works of creating and building a convention center in the Laguna Vista area. We heard that there will not be any taxes raised for the local community, that this effort will be taken from the the hotel tax. We have seen how neighboring cities have tried to build a convention center. Here locally at the city of Brownsville, our convention center is rarely used, unfortunately. So it kind of brought. I was shocked when I heard this news, to be quite honest. Why is there a need for another convention center? But the good thing is here, ladies and gentlemen, that we, the voters, will get a chance. November the 2nd, I think we will be able to vote whether we allow Cameron County, our elected officials, to build this convention center in the Laguna Vista area. The interesting thing about this is that they did try and claim or portray that this convention center is going to be one like no other, that it's going to target boat shows, it's going to target the hunting community, and it's going to be a little bit different than what we see in our local municipalities. But we have to ask ourselves, is this something that would be in the best interest of us here locally? Again, it is going to be something like no other. It's going to be an auditorium. It's going to have a theater. It's going to have a ballroom, a room for conferences, an arena. Again, this is going to also target our people that love the water. It's going to showcase boat shows and hunter expos. We have seen how in the Upper Valley, in McAllen area, we do see hunting expos, gun expos, boat expos, where you can go by and look at the newest designs. Again, but do we have a need for this project? And we should look at our surrounding areas and see how they have either benefited from this convention center. Let's take a look at the city of Harlingen. Back in 2014, they announced that they were in the works to build a convention center. It came out to, I want to say, somewhere around $20 million. And it is located. We're familiar with the Harlingen, the city of Harlingen. I'm a little lost, but I do know where the Sam's Club is. It's by the Hooters, where I haven't gone to go see games. The food's horrible. I don't even know why people go, to be honest. But it is located in the Sam's area, the convention center in the back. They got the Hilton Hotel to open up shop caddy corner right next door. And same thing, they have conference rooms. They have a ballroom, a convention center for concerts and things like that. We have seen how time and time again, since this convention center was built back in 2019, that it's been struggling. And again, we understand that times are tough, but we have seen how the city of Harlingen has been going out of its way to try to attract business across the state of Texas. But again, it's hard to compete. It's hard to compete with other bigger cities such as San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, big metropolitan areas that have many other things to offer. The city of Harlingen, in their State of the City address, Mayor Boswell did state, hey, SpaceX, we're 20, 30 minutes away from SpaceX. And a lot of people are going to want to come here to the city of Harlingen so they can travel to Starbase. But when you really think about it, people aren't going to stay in the city of Harlingen to go to Starbase. They're going to stay in Brownsville. They're going to stay in South Padre Island, aren't they? Is the city of Harlingen a big attraction? And look, I understand as a municipality, you need to do everything possible to generate economic growth. You take chances. Unfortunately, I think the city of Harlingen was with taxpayer money, but you try to generate revenue. You want to create job opportunities for your local city, your local municipality. Again, another thing that is not to blame, but that the city of Harlingen was hit with was the pandemic. It was hard all of 2020, and not just the city of Harlingen, all South Padre Island, everywhere, all over the world. We saw how year 2020 was very, very difficult, and it was hard for a newly constructed convention center that was open its doors in 2019, how it had to deal with the ramifications of not having business for a whole year. Just right now, they are trying their best to try and attract business. But again, the city of Harlingen is kind of in the middle of everything. They're in the middle of McAllen, Westlaco area, Mercedes, the outlets, and they're in between the island and SpaceX. But again, whenever people come from out of town, where do they want to come? They want to come to Brownsville. They want to come to the island, to South Padre Island. They don't want to come to Harlingen, in my humble opinion. Nothing against Harlingen. It's a beautiful city. But we have seen how this convention center in their respective city has not been generating revenue. Just this past fiscal year, I think they just broke even. But I think they were off, but they were able to offset some numbers, work the books just to say, oh, we're okay. But in reality, it's not really but again, these type of venues aren't really supposed to generate a lot of money. They're just supposed to break even and make a little bit of profit, if anything. But when you're in the red, when you're struggling to get those customers, to get those clients, when you have to constantly depend on school districts, IDEA, on UTRGV, on doctors to bring them into your conference room, it's kind of like, it makes you wonder. And here for the city of Brownsville, I haven't heard of a big pachanga. Back in the day, I think when it was recently constructed, there was quinceañeras, there was weddings. I remember, I think I even had something in high school, maybe like an event, a homecoming, a prom, if I'm not mistaken. But lately, all I've been seeing are job fairs that our city has put on. Possibly they are conferences. I do know for like guest speakers, I think Beto previous United States rep when he came down to Brownsville. I think that's where he spoke. Also, other, I was going to say dignitaries, also other elected officials, politicians have come to our convention center, if I'm not mistaken. But in the city of Brownsville, we hardly use our convention center. So again, do we need a multi-purpose theater? Do we need a ballroom? Do we need a Hunters Expo? Do we need a boat show? And again, the Cameron County officials are saying, oh, it's going to create a lot of jobs. It's going to do very well for our local economy. And while that is true for the short term, we have to think again about the long term. Hotels will be taxed. So us taxpayers will not be feeling the hit from this. But again, thinking long term, is this something that we could benefit as a community? I don't know. It's a Carlos Marin Convention Center. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's involved, but it just goes to show. And again, maybe we are changing. Maybe we are on that. I was going to say that on that crisp, on that next. We're going to get there. Is that what our officials think? That, SpaceX is bumping. We got all these businesses coming. Brownsville right now is the jewel. Cameron County right now is what's hot. Let's do something in Laguna Vista. It doesn't seem right to me. But again, the important thing is, ladies and gentlemen, is that we the voters will be able to decide whether this goes into effect. Again, some people think that, these people are going to do whatever they want. Whenever they have an idea, whenever there's money to be made, us peasants don't have a say. But hopefully we will let our voice be heard through the ballot box November the 2nd. Have a great day. Thank you, Ramona. Likewise. Convention centers, when we can't convene, we are in the middle of pandemic. I agree with you, my man. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. But again, who am I? We did get word, Carlos Cascos, a potential Cameron County judge candidate or potential. We have yet to hear from our former county judge and our former Secretary of State of if he will be entering into the political ring this coming election cycle, or if he will be running for Congress. Nonetheless, we got word from Carlos Cascos, Judge Cascos, that Governor Abbott will be in Cameron County on October 26th. This will be an informal, casual event that will be given to our constituents, an opportunity for a meet and greet with the governor. And this is pretty exciting. And, I personally have had some disagreements with my governor. But, I don't agree. I don't like the way Texas handled the winter storm. I personally don't like the way some unemployment benefits were taken from individuals that really needed those benefits for the state of Texas a little bit too early. I do understand, some employers were saying, oh, no quieren trabajar, arrastrados, but a lot of people depend on that money. I don't agree with the COVID response for Governor Abbott and his lax response to this pandemic. But one thing that I give props to our governor is that he is constantly at the border. He is constantly in Edinburgh. He just recently was in our local area not too long ago. But Governor Abbott, unlike our president and our vice president, who, by the way, Kamala Harris is the czar, was named the czar of our border region. President Biden put her in charge of the border. Have we seen Vice President Harris? El Paso doesn't count. Have we seen her here on the southern border to go see what is happening in Reynosa and McAllen area? What is happening in our Moros, Brownsville area? What about President Biden? Why haven't we seen him here? One thing that I can say is that our governor, whether I like him or not, he has been at the border. I also don't agree with that he wants to erect the wall. What I can agree and what I give props to is that he is constantly in our local area. Just last week, he was in the city of McAllen, where he signed. And again, this was the first time that a state governor has appeared in City Hall for the city of McAllen. And on that day, he signed a human smuggling bill at City Hall. How cool is that? To have a recently elected Republican mayor receive our governor in the city of McAllen. That's something that was unheard of. Well, history was made in the city of McAllen. Now we get word that our Governor Abbott will be in Cameron County. Hopefully he's in Brownsville. More than likely he will be in Harlingen. But the important thing here is that he is here. That for me is very important. And one thing that I also want to stress, I respect the office. I respect the position. You know, I understand many people didn't agree with President Trump on his political views, but I expect people to respect the office. You know, he came to the Rio Grande Valley. I would have loved to have gone and taken pictures of the president. It's not normal for a president to come down to South Texas. It's not normal for our governor to come down to the city of Brownsville, hopefully, if not to our local area. I would love for a picture. I would love for a meet and greet with our governor, and hopefully I could ask him a question. You know, where do you see the Texas grid in the next 5 to 10 years? Again, I may not agree with our governor, but I'm thankful that he is coming and giving face to our constituents and saying, hey, the border matters to me. I take pride in that. Again, I may not agree with our governor in certain stances, but for him to come down here and show face, it means a lot. Also, we got word that the 34th Congressional District Map will be changing. And again, this is a proposed map. We did get this picture from Justice RGV's Facebook page. We see here the difference between the before and after of our area. The before, we saw how it reached into Hidalgo County and into the Duval, Nueces, Jim Wells, Hoggs counties. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, now we see here that the proposed map should give District 34 a lot of blue votes. Whether that's good or bad, that's hard to say. Cameron County, Willacy, for the most part, they are predominantly Democrat. Again, the tides have changed somewhat, but for the most part, they are blue. Now, what does this mean for us on the bigger scale? Well, we have Mayra Flores out of Harlingen, San Benito area, a Republican. We have Rochelle Garza, a Democrat, an attorney that has previously announced on the Democratic side. We have a Rodriguez, attorney Albert Rodriguez's brother. I do apologize for not having his first name. I know he's Rodriguez. He did kind of make that, quasi announcement last week. And also we have possibly Judge Carlos Cascos, who might possibly throw his hat in the ring in the congressional race or possibly for county judge. But what does this mean? It means possibly, hopefully, in the near future, that we will get somebody that will work for our rights as a whole. But again, it is going to be difficult, in my opinion, for Republicans to take this spot. Again, it got a lot bluer, and while the Kennedy County, Duval County, up in that area is Republican, we'll see how this works out. Another potential candidate for this position is our state representative, Alex Dominguez. So how does this affect Republicans? It affects them quite a bit. It did map out Hidalgo County. If we saw and remember from the previous picture right here, it did cut out Hidalgo County, which Hidalgo County is slowly converting to Republican. So was this done, was this redistricting done purposely? Of course, a lot of study is done. But for the most part, our District 34 got a lot blue. And now for our feature story. City employee Ramiro Gonzalez resigned as his position of Director of Government Affairs for the city of Brownsville. It was recently brought to the world's attention that our city mayor, Trey Mendez, and Ramiro Gonzalez got into a partnership with a property downtown. And it is no secret that our mayor is a businessman. He does have a restaurant in the downtown area. What we weren't aware was other dealings that the mayor and others had that affected the city of Brownsville. Documents were provided that show us that Urban Air Properties is an LLC that was created or is controlled by Juan Mendez III and Ramiro Gonzalez. Now, one thing that caught my attention was, is it normal for individuals to get into partnership? No, absolutely not. This is something normal that many common folks all over the world do on a daily basis. Okay. Is it uncommon for a elected official to go into business with an employee? That might be a little murky. But nonetheless, we do see here that our mayor and Ramiro Gonzalez, who used to be employed by the city of Brownsville, got into a partnership, got into a business deal within the city of Brownsville. We got word that it was the Coca-Cola building downtown, that it is close to City Hall. I think it is a street away, if I'm not mistaken. And it is a beautiful building. What is now and what used to be back in the 20s. We got this picture from blogger extraordinaire Jim Barton of this beautiful picture of the Coca-Cola building in 1927. This is the building that our mayor Trey Mendez and Ramiro Gonzalez purchased. There have been some talk about how this property was undervalued. This is just preliminary. I cannot confirm that allegation or those comments that were made. But there are some people that are saying that this property was bought on the low end. Now, is this something that we all have access to? Is this something that Jose Hernandez from La Southmost or Jose Hernandez from La Calle Galaxia would get the luxury of having this? I don't know. It's too early to tell. But one thing that I can tell you is that this individual, Ramiro Gonzalez, who formerly was the director of government affairs, that did not have any subordinate employees. No reason why he was given the director name gig in front of his as a title, but nonetheless, he was involved within our city. And if I could take you back very quickly, this is the individual that has fought so hard for trying to make the city of Brownsville into a New Orleans, into a Austin 6th Street. He's been working with the city since the previous administration, I believe since 2014, maybe even before then. Well, what if I told you that this wasn't the first time that this city employee, Ramiro Gonzalez, got property on the low? Would it baffle you to say that this individual got a property on the very, very cheap in the city of Brownsville? Well, that is an allegation that blogger extraordinaire Jim Barton brought up, that Ramiro Gonzalez back in 2014, that he purchased a property on Central Boulevard for a measly $7,000. It was a quarter-acre tract at the time, but Jim Barton goes to show that this property was eventually added more property. That the city of Brownsville not only allowed Ramiro Gonzalez, who was a city employee at the time back in 2014, to purchase a property for $7,000 measly, they also gave him an extra 1.75 to make it an acre or two, if I'm not mistaken. So we have a city employee back in 2014 who got property from the city of Brownsville, and it was approved by the city at $7,000, and they gave him an extra 1.75 of land in that same property on Central. Now, this past month, the city employee goes into partnership with our city mayor, and he buys a property downtown. And it's no secret. A lot of attention, a lot of money, a lot of investment has been done in the city of Brownsville, and particularly downtown. Many individuals have used the excuse that, hey, this is what Papi Musk wants. He wants his employees to spend their money downtown in the historic city of downtown. You need to revive this. But we should ask ourselves, are there other city employees that are partaking in this practice? Are our county officials, we got word that when Musk announced back in 2017, 2016, 2014 that he was going to bring SpaceX, they started buying county officials. They started buying property out in Boca Chica, little by little. What about our city commissioners? Do they have a stake in downtown? Have they bought property downtown? I make a challenge to my fellow podcasters and the bloggers. Maybe we should do a request of information to see the last 5 years of purchases in downtown Brownsville. Maybe that will give us a better insight into what we're dealing with. Do certain individuals know that money was going to get poured out? And again, it's hypothetical. It's far-fetched. It's hard to think. But hey, whenever you have insider information, you could plan for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And don't tell me I'm wrong. We all know if I know something that's coming and you don't, I could benefit from it. Say it ain't so. I hope this isn't the case. And again, is this something that is against the law to go into partnership with somebody? Not at all. It is totally legal. Is it illegal to purchase to go into business with a friend? Not at all. And while we don't expect anything to come from this, and we do hope that Mayor Trey Mendez does address the situation, because only he could give us a little bit more clarity into this confusion. Again, I support Mayor Mendez. I like his ideas, but I do have questions, and maybe the rest of our community does too. Was this property purchase with the understanding and belief that, hey, I'm going to benefit from this? I hope not. But again, we do understand the business aspect, and we are supportive of individuals who want to partake in that. But on the flip side, we also understand that individuals in public office should not benefit in any which way, shape, or form from their position. We understand that the mayor has a business downtown, a restaurant. Okay. But once you start monopolizing, once you start buying property, I'm not saying it's against the law. What I'm saying is it makes you scratch your head. Like, is he doing this because he loves the city of Brownsville? He wants to beautify it? Or is it all about the almighty dollar on our dime? Again, why isn't Jose Hernandez from Southmost? Why isn't Jose Hernandez from La Galaxia giving that opportunity? Why isn't Frankie Olivo getting an opportunity to purchase a property such as Ramiro Gonzalez did for $7,000, who now that property is easily worth on Central Boulevard on 2 acres? Come on. Peanuts, guys. Peanuts on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar. But again, say it ain't so. I encourage our community to seek answers. We deserve as a community to know, hey, and again, we understand their private life, but whenever you do business in the city of Brownsville that could possibly affect us as taxpayers, I think we deserve to know. But again, who am I? Harlingen is a rancho. I've heard. Isa Blanca monthly rent is $550. Yeah, it's not bad, man. I have a cousin that's out there. I need to go, and I kind of know where you're at by the fence. I kind of know where you're at. Thanks for stopping by, my man. Good morning, Brownsville. Good morning, Cindy. Do not listen to Erasmo. Harlingen is not a rancho. A special thank you for watching. And most importantly, say hello to our beautiful friends in the city of Harlingen. I don't understand why the Brownsville Historical Association let our historical buildings, lands, in other people's hands. That's a good question. But again, it is up to us voters. I think we've had enough already of this. Oh, everything's okay, everything's cool. You know, we want answers now. We want PUB answers. We want answers to the mural. We want answers to this transaction. And I'm not alleging anything. I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. What I'm saying is that it's kind of weird for a city employee to resign after this was brought to light, that he had a business deal with the mayor that purchases a property in downtown Brownsville that is going to see improvements in that area. It's bound to happen. They are going to get GBIC money. They are going to get a historical exemption, so they're not going to pay taxes. And again, a city employee making money while buying our property doesn't seem right. Guys, thank you so much for your time. It is Wednesday, 7:37 a.m. I spazzed out a bit. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your love. I will be here on Friday at 7 a.m. Hope you have a good hump day. God bless.